It was a true journey through time. While visiting the vast orange groves, I saw a beautiful dining hall my husband had prepared for his workers. Clean, bright, the finest food one could have, but it broke my heart, remembering that we ourselves had nothing to eat. Some memories sleep quietly inside us, but a smell, a light, a table full of food, and they wake, and when they wake, they bring everything. The land, the cold, the hunger, and Tom. I remembered when we still lived in Ireland. I was 8 years old. Ireland was green then. Green like only she knows how to be. A green that seemed to promise nothing would ever be missing, that the land would always provide. We believed it. Our whole life was planted in that green. I watched Tom, then 10 years old, go help his father in the fields every morning. We were neighbours, our houses separated by a stone wall. Our parents got along well, and sometimes we could talk over that wall. Simple days, but they were ours.
Did you see them?
But we had no idea what awaited us. The next harvest, on a beautiful day, dawned dead. The land had betrayed us. What was life was now poison. The soil was black and smelled of rot. A smell I never forgot. A smell of ending. Our fathers walked through the fields without understanding. Their hands touched the rotting leaves as if they could wake them. They couldn't. And it wasn't just our farm. Everywhere, black fields. The plague chose no one, spared no one. Some farmers tried to plough, but there were no potatoes to plant. The soil was poisoned. The crows knew before we did. Our spines shivered, and one word came to everyone's mind. Winter. Winter came like an executioner. Frost covering everything with cold white fingers. Days without food, empty and dark. Our mother prayed, as if prayer could make grow what the land refused to give. And perhaps it could, because the potatoes in the cellar still held. It was then that many remembered America. Letters arrived from those who had left before, speaking of a land with work, food, a future. The port of Dublin became the only topic of conversation, but our father knew the dangers. Tom's uncle had written about the crossing, about what really happened on those ships. And since we still had potatoes in the pantry, he thought it wiser to wait, endure the winter, and risk the next harvest, rather than risk our lives at sea. He sat with our mother near the fireplace. I watched from the corner. He sat with our mother by the lamplight. I watched from the corner. He spoke of the ships, of what Tom's uncle had written about the crossing. And if the plague returns, and we have nothing? While my father spoke of the many dangers of that crossing, I imagined that ship so big for us, yet so small for such a vast sea. Drifting like an oak leaf over the dark, icy waters that separated us from the new world. My father said the plague was everywhere, but we had a reserve. In the summer, we would clear the soil and replant, and not to worry. But while he spoke of hope, I could only imagine what happened inside those ships. Bodies crammed together, disease spreading like fire, doctors who could do little.
God have mercy on us all!
Father said, Tom's uncle reported, they threw the bodies into the middle of the sea. Men, women, children, swallowed by the darkness. It gave me chills.
Bless this food you have provided. Sustain us through this winter, and keep.
Bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts.
But in the middle of winter, The blight reached our potatoes in the cellar. When we checked, half had already rotted. What was our reserve? Our hope was now poison. I saw something in my father's face I had never seen before. First, the shock. Then, the despair of someone who understands there is no way out.
God help us.
Our portion became a third of the half it already was. Now, we either ate or planted. Our parents decided to do both. 3 small pieces of potato. That was all there was. All that stood between us and hunger. I looked at those 3 little pieces and tried to make them last as long as possible. I chewed slowly, as if the time of eating could fool the hunger. Sometimes, when the weather allowed, I would sit by the stone wall. I imagined Tom and me climbing a stairway toward the unknown, away from all of that, away from the dead earth, away from the hunger, to a place where the sun would shine without asking anything in return. While watching our parents work in the fields, we saw the Lord's carts pass toward the ports, loaded with wheat. Our stomachs
Thank God
growled,
for this
imagining bread coming out of the
Eager
oven.
as it is.
Not even a measure? A handful?
survived the night.
Why couldn't we eat that wheat? Questions and doubts that mixed with the pain from the stomach and the pain from the soul. Tom and I would imagine magic wheat flying from the carts and coming to us, and turning into bread on our table. In the imagination of 2 hungry children, there was bread. There was plenty. There was everything the land had denied. We watched sadly as life went away while the carts grew distant. But Tom was there. And when Tom was there, I knew there was still a path. Even if I didn't yet know which one, Tom knew. And that was enough.
This made me think. All these stories deserve your like. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay with us for the next chapter of this journey.
Well, I think all of this deserves a song.
Life is heavy, brother, move on, don't you stall. The oppressor and the avenger, they will call. Move on, keep on walking straight ahead, don't fear, don't look back, the path is finally clear. The future holds surprises you have never seen. You'll never know the places where you haven't been. Look up high, acknowledge who has made your soul. Put on his strength and let the iron spirit roll. Walk ahead, the past is a road you already know. Move on, don't stop, let the fire in you grow. The oppressor and the avenger, they are near. Move on, don't stop, we're getting out of here. Move on.